Open innovation, yes. Love to do it, but it's tough. Sometimes it puts you out of your comfort zone. Sometimes it's not natural, and sometimes it means you have to give power to get power back. So we are going to demonstrate that to you, and in fact, you're going to demonstrate that to yourselves today. And in the true spirit of collaboration, we're going to do a bit of a country western act. So you're part one. Are you country or western?
I'll be western.
Okay, good. Yeah. I'll be country then.
Okay.
And so Roland's going to start, and I think you're going to need my help soon, so I'm just going to stand over here as you begin.
Sure. So I think Priti and Epi have deliberately... who was here yesterday, by the way? Can I get a show of hands? Was it most people? Okay. So thank you for coming back. I think Priti and Epi have deliberately put us on after lunch because everyone's eaten and everyone's a bit tired, and now's a good time to have a sleep. So we're not going to let you sleep. And we're going to encourage you to put down your laptops and your smartphones just for a moment and talk to each other as well. So just to warn you, that's what we'd like to do. But for those of you that were around yesterday, just super quick. Is this working? So I talked about this amazing tool that we've created. The internet is now shaping us and our society and our organizations. And I think we don't fully appreciate and understand that. So I just want to play a few little exercises that hopefully allow us to make a few points about in what way that is changing things. And so several people now have had versions of this chart in the last few days. I thought this morning's talks were absolutely fantastic. Maria, wherever you are, I loved your talk and the reputation talk in the Airbnb. So lots of kind of fascinating themes. But there is a general feeling, I think, in this room, at least with the people that I've spoken to, that we can do more as a group with this kind of amazing tool that we have at our disposal. So I profoundly believe that we are just one conversation from pretty much anything and everything, and that is both exciting but also overwhelming. So what do we do about that is kind of what I want to explore. Oops. And here's a lovely post-it note that I captured in Copenhagen, where I first met the Crowdsourcing Week guys. I don't know who wrote it, but I liked what it said, so I just took the photo. Every person you will ever meet knows something that you don't, which I think is very much true, but often we need to remind ourselves of that. So are you up for playing a few little exercises and putting down your smart devices just for about 10 minutes? Is that all right? Okay. And I might need to do something incredibly old-fashioned and get you to find some bits of paper and pens if you're familiar with that technology. We do have a few scraps of paper that we could furnish if you need one. So do what you can. Or you could draw and scribble on an iPad if you want, if you have any programs. So Sean and I will demonstrate. So we're going to do three things, and then I'm going to hand back over to Sean. So the first thing is I'm going to ask you to draw a picture together. Where did that paper go, Sean?
Oh, you need some paper?
Yes, please, yeah. So one of the things that came up yesterday, have you got your pen? One of the things that came up yesterday is how sort of ego gets in the way of creativity and innovation. And so one way to get rid of ego is to collaborate and work with other people. So Sean and I are both, how artistically talented would you say you are, Sean, on a scale of 1 to 10?
Grade 1 level, probably.
Grade 1,
yeah.
okay, that's good. I would say I'm pretty much the same. So I'm going to ask you in a second in pairs, Sean and I will demonstrate first, to draw a picture with somebody sitting next to you, okay? And there are two rules when you do this. One is you only draw one continuous line at a time. And the second rule is you'll have a minute to draw each picture. We're going to do 2 pictures. The second rule is you're not allowed to speak whilst drawing, okay? So there's only 2 rules. The first time we do it, and this is what we're going to demonstrate now, is we're going to agree between us what we're going to draw first. So Sean, what do you think we should draw right now in 1 minute?
Let's draw Singapore.
Singapore, okay. Yeah. So how should we do that? Maybe kind of the skyline here and...
Am I allowed to talk?
You're allowed to talk now. We're not drawing it.
So, that would be good.
Okay.
Or a sling, maybe? I don't know.
A sling, okay. Well, let's just give it a shot and see what happens. So we're drawing on a plate that we have to get. This is from lunch, so we have to give this back. So on you go. Draw the first line. Right. No speaking, remember. Mm. Keep going.
Yes, now I see it.
Okay, so let's leave it there. Round of applause, I think, for Singapore. Right. Woo! What is that? It's incredibly hard to draw on a plate, by the way. I don't recommend it.
Yeah. Well, I was going to go for the building thing, and then I went for the carousel thing. You got the boat thing.
Yeah.
And then the sun.
What's the building called with the three pillars? Yeah. Okay, I don't think Sean's seen that yet. So.
Oh, I have. Is this a boat? Is this a boat I tell you on top?
Anyway. So this is one of the points I want to make is this is a bad drawing, but it's not Sean's bad drawing and it's not my bad drawing, it's our bad drawing. So it's more acceptable to produce a bad piece of art together than it is to produce a bad piece of art on your own. So I'd now like you all to give this a go. So in pairs, find some paper, a notepad, anything you can draw on, find a pen, and have a little chat with your buddy what you want to draw. It can be anything at all. It can be a person, it can be a car, it can be a skyline. So just take a minute, and then I'll tell you when we start. You can do 3 if you haven't got a pair. Does everyone have something to draw? Can I get your attention? No. Is everyone, if in doubt, draw Singapore. Better than Sean and I did, okay? Okay, is everyone ready? So remember, just one line at a time and no speaking, okay? You have 1 minute. Your time starts now. Which drawing did you think was better? Can I get a show of hands? Who thought the first drawing was better? Oh, okay. Just a few people. Who thought the second drawing was better? Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm interested I'd love to see some tweets as to why that is. Did anybody, especially in either drawing, did your partner do something you weren't expecting? Yeah, okay. Okay.
Definitely this one.
Okay. Isn't that what happens in life? So what did you do when your partner did something that you didn't expect? You fixed it. Okay. You roll with it, right? You adapt. Okay. So I don't want to overthink it. This is just a kind of a playful activity. But often with collaboration, we try and do too much. And I think somebody once said to me, don't say too much, and I'm very guilty of probably saying too much most of the time, but leave room for other people's kind of interpretation and creativity, and I think you all did that. I'd love to see some of the pictures that you've created on Twitter later. But number 2, responding well. In any collaboration, your partners will do something that you're not expecting at some point, and I think the true sign of a positive collaboration is when your partner does something you're not expecting and somehow you find a way to work with it. So that was lesson number 1, okay? All right. So lesson number 2, is that okay? Are you comfortable with that? Oh, by the way, the topic of this talk is the global innovation imperative for some reason. So we're not going to talk about that, but there are a big number of big shifts going on, which I think you're all aware of. So happy to talk to you about it. And I wrote a little blog about this, which I can talk to you afterwards. So, but in terms of how we kind of work together, then our network, as has been talked about beautifully this morning, is such a key asset. A former boss of mine used to joke that networking is only 1 letter away from not working, which whilst literally is accurate, actually I think our network is the core way in which we get stuff done these days, the crowd. In fact, it is index linked to our productivity. As the wonderful Julia Hobsbawm says. So I want to try another quick exercise with you all, with your partners. Do people know Hugh McLeod, who produces these wonderful pictures? The network is more powerful than the node. So I'd like to try something, and Sean, can you demonstrate this with me? So I'd like you all to put down your devices, stand up with your buddies, and maybe move any bags and make sure you don't fall over, because I'm going to ask you to. So just find a little bit of space around you. And just be careful of tripping up or something. So everybody stand up in pairs. Come to the front if you want to come to the front. Okay, so again, you've got 60 seconds. And in your pairs, your objective, does everyone have a pair? You can do it in threes if you...
A pair of three.
A pair of three. Okay, so your objective in 60 seconds is to get your partner off the ground as often as possible in the next 60 seconds. Get your partner off the ground as often as you can in the next 60 seconds. Okay? No, I'm not demonstrating it. Go! Here we go. Okay, start jumping. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe if we...
Have you guys seen this before? Has anyone seen this before? You started jumping over here, right? Yeah. And then it spread like a bit of a... Other people started copying, right? So, and I think at least half the room, if not more than half the room, we started copying each other. So it's that kind of... So it was as often as possible, not for as long as possible. But well done. Yeah, fantastic. So anyway, so that was rule number 2. So it was the way that the solution, the jumping, there are other solutions, but I think that's probably the best one, kind of spread amongst the crowd very quickly. It only took about 20 seconds. So crowds can be very smart at propagating ideas and solutions if they're good very quickly. So thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for not hurting yourselves. Okay, and I'm going to do one more thing, and then I'm going to hand over to Sean. So there's all this stuff that's been talked about far more eloquently than me about networks this morning, so I'm not going to dwell on this. But there's an interesting article to be written about this conference, about trust and altruism and empathy, and I'm going to try and write it, but I'm sure other people in the room could do that. So what I want to do as a final, and I think this quote was mentioned by one of our speakers earlier as well, or alluded to it at least. So what I'd like to do as a final exercise is just invite 10 people up to the front for a quick little exercise in the way we communicate with each other. So can I invite 10 people to volunteer? I won't humiliate you, I promise. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, a couple more people. Thank you very much. I'm going to start you off. So your objective is to send a message down the line, again without speaking, okay?
Without speaking?
Yeah, without speaking, okay. You'll feel a tap on the shoulder. When you feel a tap on the shoulder, turn around, see what happens, and then turn around, tap the next person on the shoulder, pass the message along, okay? And you guys need to watch what happens and tell us what happens, okay? Is that all right? You clear what's happening? You'll be. So I'll tap you on the shoulder. I'll start you off. Everyone okay down this end? Okay. Is somebody filming this? This needs to go live to YouTube. Okay. Keep going. Keep going. Next person, turn around. Thank you. That's great. Turn around. Next person. Great. Next person. Turn around. Thank you. Next person. Thank you. Next person. Next person. Next person. And Sean. Okay. So Sean, you and me together, okay? I'll at the same time, I'll go 3, 2, 1, and then you do what you saw, and I'll do what I started with, okay?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Face the audience, okay?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, jeez.
So what happened there then? What happened?
The message got
It got sliced. It was quite. Maybe I should have said it was 3 actions. Do you think you could do it better if I told you it was 3 actions? Should we try it one more time? Okay, let's turn the other way. Sean, you start. Okay, 3 actions, okay?
3 actions? All right.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Keep going. Okay. Okay, Sean.
Yep.
Okay. Same again. So 3,
All right.
2, 1. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
1. Okay, thank you very much. Round of applause for our volunteers. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So I didn't see what happened.
good,
What,
though.
can somebody tell me what happened? How did it change? Where did it change? Yeah, please. So
I didn't say we felt better.
it's nobody's fault. Yeah, go on.
When we tapped her on the shoulder, she did only one action, and she turned because when she did one action, she did the first action, then she stopped. And going the other direction.
Okay, cool. Well, take your seats. Can I get a round of applause for these guys? Thank you very much. Okay. So I don't think I have a kind of lessons learned. Oh, I think I used this quote yesterday. But often what people interpret is not what you're necessarily trying to say, especially with lots of people kind of connected. Things get warped and morphed. And whenever we've run that exercise, I've never seen anybody. I challenge you in the breaks to pass a message kind of verbatim without cheating from one end of the line to the other. So there's a lesson in there. I'm not quite sure what it is, but there's something about how we copy and adapt. It's powerful, but it's also worth bearing in mind. So I've taken up more than my 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Sean, over to you.